This hour of the Shaun Thompson Show is sponsored exclusively by DonleyAuctions.com. They need your guns. Sell for top dollar. DonleyAuctions.com.
Portions of the following show may be pre-recorded.
From the streets of Melrose Park to the trading floor of the Merc, he's fought for every dollar he's ever earned. And now, with personal liberty and our system of capitalism under assault in America, he's here to seize back our rights from the government. With a cigar in one hand and a copy of the Declaration of Independence in the other, he's Shaun Thompson. And this is the Shaun Thompson Show.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and
We're calling an audible, Squirrel.
And when the band plays Hail to the Chief.
By the time you come to my show, it's the afternoon. We're gonna talk about the ridiculous nature of the propagandists, the Department of Agitation and Propaganda posing as media. I've got clips from election night where they were laughing at the pipes that were mysteriously breaking as they stole the 2020 election. Got that. Very interesting stuff. But, you know, in getting ready and watching all of the news clips, in having our little conversation that we have before the show, because I inundate my lovely honey bunny with a tremendous amount of clips. Tremendous. And I grab them because I want to tie what we're facing together, what we're fighting. See, there's a Cold War in the country, whether you want to admit it or not. Some call it a civil war, but it's not. It's a scumbag, thief, treasonous traitor against Americans. And they are in the lead, in case you're not watching. In fact, they control counties that have taken control of states. But to give you an idea of who you're dealing with when we talk about honest elections, fair elections, I said in the tease about Illinoisistan, it's actually a fracking joke. There have been 4 of the last 7 governors that have been convicted of corruption. Governors. There's been, since 1976, 1,800. I want you to think about 1,800 people in anywhere. Pick a room, pick a building, pick a stadium. 1,800 elected officials that have gone to jail in that ghetto. It is a fracking ghetto. Every department scandalized and bankrupt. Their education, get the frack out of here. It is a mill of not just miseducation or undereducation. It's malpractice. The CPS perpetrates malpractice. And what is their standard if they make it past the 10 years? What are those? And when I say those, and you can't speak of everybody in the same thing. All right, 92% of you suck. It's not me that says it. It's the records of what you produce. And I'm generous with 18 out of 100 kids that can read. What you see tear up your fracking neighborhoods and your streets, those are your products. Your products. The ghetto wildings are your products. What are you good for? You're good for excuses and making yourselves rich. And I've got to listen to all this nonsense. Where's the one with the taxing of the million?
You're at home, and to our first guest tonight, you may have deja vu every time you hear about the millionaire's tax. Just a few days ago, we told you a city council committee blocked Mayor Johnson's attempt to get an advisory referendum on the November ballot. That would have asked Chicago voters if they supported a 3% income surcharge on earners making over $1 million. But now that exact proposal is back, not at City Hall, but at the Cook County Board. Today, Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller introduced a resolution to place a countywide advisory referendum on the ballot. It passed, and Commissioner Miller is here with me now, so we thank you so much for your time.
Commissioner Miller, you're a crooked, rat, illiterate whore, economic moron, but you're a millionaire. Just like all the rest of the Cook County Commissioners suck-ons, even ass-face Pete Silvestri. What a crooked rat moron he is. He's from my old neighborhood. Yeah, he is. Scumbag, Cook County Commissioner. And all their pensions, do you know what taxes they pay on them, Squirrel? Guts on ghoul. They pay 0. All of these suck-ons, from the moron teachers to the suck-on Cook County Commissioners, they pay guts on their multi-million-dollar pensions that do not exist. There is no money. They don't invest it. They do nothing. They give it to their half-assed wannabe pansy, and I'm cleaning that way up. Butter-handed gangster pals. They steal the money, and everybody pays the taxes. And it's the same in New York. and New Jersey. Here's something that I found fascinating. In Michigan, this is what, the 5th or the 6th time in Michigan. How many ghost jobs would you think are in Michigan?
We cut another 250 ghost employees from the state budget. These were fake workers that they were just using to pad the budget. A lot of them were in Lara. There was a lot of waste in Lara that we got rid of.
So this area, Lara, it can never have an election, ever. It will never be the truth. You're dealing with the scum in the country. You think it's political? What exactly are the nuanced differences between the economics of the American Democrat Party and the so-called Americans who resist the communism, the corruption, the thievery? What is that nuance? Here's the nuance.
You know, we make this rent payment effectively at the barrel of a gun because we know that if we don't make this payment, our landlords can call on agents of state violence and who can use physical force to throw us outdoors. Living on rent strike, right? Like getting to experience having your housing without having to pay for it is one of those like liberatory, is a liberatory vision of home.
Liberatory? Well, what do you expect? She's got no upper lip, pink hair, and she's as ugly as a bulldog's ass. She's an American Democrat. That's what they want. Free rent, free food. You don't think they're going to steal the fracking election to get it? What are you, a moron? Is there anybody out there that thinks these Democrat enclave scum areas like our own, like crooked rat Cook County, you're gonna go vote? Ooh, there's an election. I'm sure it's going to be on the up and up, just like the 1,800 scumbags that have gone to prison and the 4 rat governors. I'm sure it's going to be on the up and up, but we're going to tax anybody who isn't one of us.
This evening.
Thank you for having me.
You know, as I mentioned just a few days ago, the Chicago City Council Committee blocked Mayor Johnson's version of this referendum. So why do you think this found smooth sailing essentially at the county level when it completely stalled at City Hall?
Well, we did have unanimous support at the county today when we voted on this, and basically...
Unanimous support? Even that drunk whore who was banging off the cars, drunk as a pig with the open wine bottle? And some crooked, you hear me? Some crooked rat Democrat scourge in a costume called a robe. A judge. He just kicked it out. So I'm amazed it's unanimous. Because the judge, he's a millionaire too. And you know what he pays in taxes? Guts and ghoul! That frackin' rat pig! Ooh, he's a judge. Is he? Is he a judge? I'm so sick and tired of pretending these scum can take an oath. Hey, you're going to take an oath? Hey, you, dizzy whore who doesn't want to pay her rent. You're going to take an oath? Is it going to be more or less important than your signature on a lease? Whore.
Our movement has a division of labor that includes lawyers. It doesn't privilege lawyers or put them on a pedestal, right? It recognizes that.
Hey, whore, does it pay the slip and fall shyster scum who, instead of using American law as the rule of law, the shield, it uses it as a spear? Does it pay? You know what I like about communism, Squirrel? You could read about it. It's real hard to find. Guess what it's hard to find in Cuba? A lawyer. There are none. They snapped their neck right after they took over the fracking island. Just like in the Soviet Union. Where's all the lawyers? So all the scum, you're scum too, lawyer. You know, Daley was a lawyer too. Couldn't read. He was a lawyer. All the scum lawyers that helped the communists. You'll be the first against the wall, morons. Every one of you morons. I don't know how it ends. Really? We've got 150 years since that fraud bust-out reporter for a New York paper, Karl Marx, the architect of communism, since he developed it. And you don't know how it works? In the meantime, Squirrel, do you know what these low-life rat pigs called politicians, especially the Democrats, a lot of Republicans, but especially the Democrats, you know what they do now? They steal for themselves, like the Duchess of Chaffington, queer as a $3 bill. I don't think she's ever seen a penis. In her thigh rash won't go away. You know what they do, Squirrel? They figure out how to steal money.
Why they did not, I know what's in the Durham report, and I'm going to say it here. I bribed Hillary Clinton $18 million. I facilitated a bribe for Hillary Clinton on January 14th, 2016, right here in this town. On behalf of the FBI, they came to me around December 1st.
Wait, whoa. This would be insane. But that's the CEO, ex-CEO, of Overstock.com. Oh, it's true. His name's Pat Byrne. Looks like he fell off a Lucky Charm box. He could have walked right in a Mike Madigan campaign headquarters. They would have gave him a corned beef sandwich. Wouldn't you? Yeah, you would. Here he is, singing like a canary.
2015, they told me Hillary Clinton had accepted a bribe from Turkey for $20 million. They told me that I would be working for a group in New York, FBI agents, who had authorization to set Hillary Clinton up in a sting. They asked me to facilitate a bribe for her, an $18 million bribe from another government. The bag man from that other government was, I was to befriend, and I was to get that person 10 minutes alone in a room with Hillary Clinton. I did. On January 14th, 2016, Hillary Clinton was in this.
Did he come out alive? Was he dressed? Were his underwear stuffed in his mouth?
Town, and she met in a way that was kept off her schedule. She accepted an $18 million bribe. But General Barr knows this. This is the Durham. They know this was what is behind it all. And I'll even tell you, I'm going to drop one more thing. I've been waiting to say this publicly, and this is what really happened. I will tell you, if you hear this and you give me 90 seconds, your viewers will understand what's happened in the last 5 years in America. I've been waiting to say this on mainstream TV, and they will not have me back because once they understood what this was about. I had Hillary Clinton, I caused Hillary Clinton, I facilitated a bribe, and she took a second bribe for $18 million. And I worked with the FBI as I did that. They're deeply involved in this. They came to me 3 days later and told me I had to forget about it and forget that it ever happened. And I said, what are you talking about? And they gave me one excuse. They said, Hillary's going to win, and it's been decided upstairs. Nothing's going to be able to stop that now. So she's going to win, and she's going to send her people over to the FBI and ask who was part of investigating Hillary, and any of us who were part of it are going to be destroyed, and that includes you too, Patrick. And so this mission has been scrubbed from the highest level. And I thought about that, and I said, yes, sir, and I came. But 2 or 3 weeks later, I was back with 3 federal agents this time. 3 federal agents. And I let them know that wasn't sitting, and this is in Salt Lake City, Utah, and that wasn't sitting well with me. And I'd like to know why we had almost a year before the election. They could have had me and another person in front of a grand jury in a week and gotten her indicted.
Patrick Byrne, Lucky Charm, he's in the news again. Oh, for the most outrageous thing. You see, he kept on telling people what he was doing. And he's in the news again. A judge, California judge, Bushy, I believe. I think he was appointed under Reagan, but he was old man Bush's. So a CIA judge trying to shut him up.
In California, a federal judge has awarded Hunter Biden $1.7 million after ruling in his favor in a defamation suit against former Overstock.com CEO Patrick Byrne. Biden.
Isn't that the darndest thing? That's the darndest thing, isn't it?
The implications of this are, frankly, nothing short of historic. Over 100 documents that we released really detail and provide evidence of how this treasonous conspiracy was directed by President Obama just weeks before he was due to leave office, after President Trump had already gotten elected. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an issue that is so serious it should concern every single American.
Obama administration allegedly manufactured and politicized intelligence to create the narrative that Russia was attempting to influence the 2016.
Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat her whole life. She ran for the nomination of the Democrat nominee for president. So if you're still calling yourself a Democrat, you're either a thieving rat scumbag or a moron. In either case, you're part of the problem. 312-642-5600.
He will never negotiate his constitutional rights with the government. Live free or die on the Shaun Thompson Show on AM 560.